Coming up tonight on This Week in Carrington Sports, Cardinal football hosts the top-ranked Langdon area Munich Cardinals on Friday night. We'll get a look at how Kyle Smith's team did in their push towards the postseason. Plus, Carrington Volleyball with their biggest week of the entire season. 2 matches, including one in region play, and then the prestigious Laker invite. Molly Hanson took part in the Class B Girls Golf State Tournament in South Hart, and she visits with us to tell us how it went and to dissect her season. Plus, Carrington Cross Country with their regular season finale in rugby. We'll get a check on how they did before the postseason begins next weekend. All of that and more coming up tonight on This Week in Carrington Sports.
Motors, where our
With fall just around the corner, that means it's Chevy Truck Month at Bassett Motors. Hi, it's Frank, and this month Chevy has huge rebates or low interest rates on new Silverados. Top that with huge dealer discounts, and you're sure to find a deal that works for you. Stop in today or call us at 701-652-2955 to schedule a test drive. View all our inventory at BassettMotors.com. Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends.
Cardinal Volleyball with their busiest season of the week, and it began on Monday night on the road at Medina, Pingree, Buchanan.
Line drive towards Peltier, awkward receive, and a great save by Hornet. What a save by Aniston. And that is returned. Now Johnson to Coots again, and this one isn't. 11-10. A deep serve to Peltier. It's Hornet to Coots, and she gets the kill. Can send it back once more. Johnson to Hornet to Coots. A deep serve for Lockenmeyer. High set towards Hewitt. For Coleman towards the back row and Nagel. High set by Bull, and they got blocked. Mara Johnson blocked it. Carrington lead. Scoreboard, it's Tamara Johnson. Hornet to Coots, who literally attacked Violet Bull with that. Another serve towards Peltier. Now Hornet for Coots. Wow. Peltier digs. It's Hornet to Coleman. She gets the kill. 22-19. Sorensen a deep serve to Hendrickson. It's Hornet to Coleman. And she gets the kill, and we're not done yet. Dug out by Coleman. Here's Hornet looking for Johnson, and she gets it from left to right. It's Coleman. So Hornet to Hewitt. Feels like MPB still have work to do. Hornet with a deep serve and ace. 21-18. It's 50-50, and it's saved by Johnson. Now Hornet to Coots. 22-20. I don't know what it was like when you were a player. I wouldn't have been around then, but the last 2 years, this place has kind of been a house of horrors for Carrington. I mean, MPB played, and they're good. They're 17-3 now, but I don't know how much better than that they can play.
They came out to play. I don't think we were ready for them to come out as hot as they were, and we did not come out hot. And the girls said it themselves. And somebody mentioned we let one person beat us, but no, that whole team came ready to play, and they were swinging away at us, and we just could not find a way to stop them tonight.
36 kills between Sorensen and Up for them. I mean, that's not one player beating anybody.
Nope.
You did have really good balance, and we made mention of it during the broadcast. From the beginning of the year to now, the growth from Mara Coots is noticeable. I mean, how pleased were you with that? 12 kills, 5 blocks tonight for Mara.
Mara continues to amaze me. She always comes ready to play. When that set is in her hands, I'm scared for the other team. Yeah, she's starting to be somebody that we can look to when we need, to get that fire, because she is ready to give it to us.
And, I mean, you got 13 from Harper, 13 from Mara, 9 from Callie, so there was good balance. That being said, I did think MPB's defense was really good tonight.
Right, and we've talked before that our team has 5-6 hitters at all times, and it is tough that we can mix it up like we do, but MPB really put a stop to us tonight.
So you get a couple practices in, and then you get back into. Honestly, if you were going to lose one match this week, this, as much as it's a rivalry, this would have been the one you chose.
Right.
Thursday, you're at Hillsboro, a chance to get another region win.
And I told the girls, I said, yes, we lost tonight. That wasn't our best, but we're back to work tomorrow, working on our blocking, working on serve receive, and back at it again on Thursday. And Hillsboro is not going to let up. They're going to want to beat us just as much as MPB did.
And you go from there straight out to Delax Burlington. So these next 2 days of practice, I know you have to balance, how hard do you go when you're about to play 8 matches in 3 days? But at the same time, you guys, after tonight, certainly do have things that you can get better at.
Right, and I think the girls are going to be ready to get back in the gym tomorrow. And, we got some things that we got to work on, so we're going to work on them.
Well, we will see you over at the Hillsboro Event Center on Thursday. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
The Cardinals then return to Region 2A play at the Hillsboro Event Center, trying to complete a season sweep of the Hillsboro Central Valley Boroughs.
And now Harper Coleman to serve. Left-handed jump serve, a good twisting serve towards Helmstead, and it's an ace. Short set left side, and a block. Mara Coots said no. On the left side, popped over to Coleman. It's Hornet looking for Hewitt. She hits it through the block, and Carrington have the first set. A good serve. Hornet looks for Mara Coots. Line drive serve finds Johnson. It is Harper Coleman on the attack. It's in on the back row. It's Hornet looking for Nice, and she gets the kill. And that's popped into the air. Helmstead left side, and it's a kill for Malia Brill, and Hillsboro Central Valley have leveled the match at 1-0. Popped into the air, down the middle, and Anderson got blocked by Coots. Another good serve towards Coleman. It's Hornet to Johnson, and Mara gets the kill. It's 8-6. It's Hornet looking for Hewitt. A runaround kill is down, and Carrington lead by 2-1 towards Coleman. It's Hornet for Mara Johnson, and she gets the kill. To the back row, it comes right to the net, and Hornet knows what to do with that. Popped over to Johnson. Hornet, Spitzer! On the left side, Brill sends it over and down, and we're going the distance. Coleman towards Helmstead. On the left side, Anderson blocked! Coots again! Sent back by Mara Johnson. A high set towards Anderson, blocked! It's Coots again! Cards. Hendrickson towards Helmstead. High set left side, into the net it comes. Carrington have survived a major scare at the Hillsboro Event Center. Harper, you had 9 kills and 5 aces tonight. I made the comment that was maybe your best serving game this year. Did it feel like your best serving game?
Yeah.
What was working?
I just thought I should serve in between seams, and that really worked.
What was that match like for you guys as a team? You would get a big lead in those first couple sets. They come charging back. You have to come charging back in that 5th set after falling down 3-0. What was the momentum like down there?
We just knew we had to push back and fight and not let them score more than 2 points per time they get a ball.
And then when you guys got on a roll, I mean, it's really fun to watch you guys once you get a little momentum because you're hitting the ball all over the place. That 5th set after the timeout, I mean, Mara Johnson gets going. Mara Coots has 9 blocks tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, you get going on, sir. It's a lot of fun once you guys are on a roll.
Yeah.
What do you make of this weekend? You have a very challenging pool, but I know you guys make it a goal every year get to the gold bracket of this thing.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think if we play the way we can, we could do pretty good.
Well, Harper, congratulations. We'll see you Tuesday.
Thank you.
Cardinal Volleyball then took part in the Deluxe Burlington Laker Invite, and in pool play, they swept through Trenton 10-16 before beating our Redeemers 15-14. They split with Linton but got the bonus point for total points, and they split with Mayport CG, but Mayport got the bonus point. That was enough to go into the gold bracket, and in the quarterfinals, Carrington won the third set over South Prairie Max 15-5. Anniston Hornet 22 assists, Harper Coleman 16 digs. In the semifinal, yet again, they found a way to defeat the Grafton Spoilers. That's 3 wins over Grafton this year, 15-10 in the third. Hornet 22 assists, Coleman 24 digs. And in the DLB championship match, it was Carrington in 2 straight over Central Cass. Hornet 23 assists, Journey Peltier with 14 digs, as Carrington improved to 18-3 overall with their second tournament championship after winning one also in Valley City this season. Carrington are back at home inside the East Gym Tuesday night, hosting the Bottineau Braves before playing host to their own invite all day on Saturday. You can see all of the Carrington home matches this week on the KDAK The Cardinal YouTube channel.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hui.
Carrington girls golf was well represented at South Hart in the early part of this week, and it was represented by senior Molly Hanson, who finished 21st, shot matching 85s in her second consecutive state tournament. Molly, congratulations on a really impressive year. How accomplished do you feel after a season like that?
First of all, thank you. Yeah, this season was good. Definitely wanted to just improve my scores from last year and do my best throughout the season, knowing it was my last chance. And overall, I think it went well. I made most of my goals, qualified as an individual, both by score at the qualifier and then also at regionals as well. And carded my lowest score at state of all 4 years that I've been there this year as well. So.
And that was something that I know you had mentioned was a goal of yours coming into the year. Yes, get to state, but then improve your scores. And you shot 85 twice. I mean, that's pretty good. And a 21st place finish is outstanding.
Yeah, so I definitely think maybe one of my goals was to make the top 20, but I don't think I anticipated how hard that would be this year with the low scores throughout the state in general. I think we figured that my score this year would have been 7th place last year, which would have been impressive. But yeah, the scores in general were a lot lower, and mine included. So,
what was South Hart's course like?
The course is very nice. So I believe they just had it redone last year, made some improvements. The grass is maybe a little bit thicker and different than ours, and then the greens are a lot firmer and definitely a little bit faster. In general, it's a playable course, definitely scoreable, but there are some tough spots, maybe a few more bunkers than we're used to seeing throughout, but it's definitely a fun course to play, and if I had the chance, I'd probably play there again.
Talk us through your rounds. You had a pretty solid front 9 on Monday, only one bad hole really on Monday, number 10, and then Tuesday you were pretty steady as well.
Yeah, both days I kind of had one bad hole, one triple each day. Monday I was feeling good. Started out with 2 pars. Actually, on the second hole I hit it into the fescue and punched it out and still managed to make par. From there, the front 9 was for the most part pretty smooth sailing after that. The back 9, yeah, I ran into one triple and played some other good holes. I actually drove the green on number 12 and ended up with a bogey, which was not ideal on a par 4. When you drive the green, you always hope maybe you can sneak a birdie in there, but my putting and chipping that day wasn't as on point. And then yesterday, kind of similar story. I had a lot of birdie putts maybe that didn't fall, but managed to make quite a few pars, and then one bad hole. And same thing, I guess I didn't mention before, but they have a lot of fescue, so taller grass that we maybe don't have as much practice on around here. That was definitely an interesting twist on the round.
Did you have an idea of how close you were to being in the top 20?
Yeah, I was the designated scorekeeper online both days for my group, so I kind of watched the scores online. Not only mine, but it was tight at the top in the team scores too, so kind of keeping an eye on that. But yeah, I knew I was close, and obviously a few strokes here and there would have got me inside the top 20 and probably even inside the top 10. So
the great irony in all of this, as we're talking with Carrington senior Molly Hanson, is that golf was not necessarily always the plan for you. You started in high school in a completely different sport.
Yeah, so I always did volleyball since 5th grade, which is when we could start doing it through the school, and played through 8th grade until I tore my ACL, my meniscus, and my MCL. And I wasn't ready to play volleyball the next season, so I decided that I would join golf. I had made some friends kind of that summer on a different school trip, actually. Casey Rexon, who was a very outstanding golfer for Carrington in her high school years, and she convinced me that I should do golf freshman year if I wasn't going to be able to do volleyball. And regardless, I'm glad that I made the decision to join golf because it's taught me a lot of things. I made a lot of friends, and definitely my coaches have helped me to improve a lot, even starting with what little knowledge I had of the game beforehand.
What has these 4 years been like? I mean, you've been kind of front and center for Carrington girls golf because you've been to state several times and just having an opportunity to kind of lead everybody out there.
Yeah, I think golf gave me the opportunity to play a sport that I could be competitive at and still have a lot of fun. And, when, like I mentioned, when Casey was still on the team, obviously she was very good. And those first 2 years I made it to state just as part of the team. And that experience before it became just my sister and I last year. And then this year, me and then Aubrey, as well as my sister, as kind of the upperclassmen with a few 7th graders to tag along. I think it definitely, she helped as well as the coaches helped to just develop my leadership skills and to become a better golfer.
All right. So as a big sister, what are the prospects for your sister next year? I mean, she got increasingly better all throughout the year.
Yeah, I think Callie next year, she'll be one of the older players on the team, more experienced for sure. She's got some room for improvement, but then I think that there's some really outstanding 7th graders that if they stick with it, the team will definitely be competitive. As of right now, the state tournament's supposed to be actually in Carrington out at Crossroads, so it would be awesome to see the team qualify on the home course.
So you are a senior. What's next for Molly Hanson after this school year concludes?
I'm not 100% decided on where I want to go to school yet, but I do plan on going into something in animal science or agriculture related, and planning on going to school out of state, but that's still up in the air and a lot can change. So,
is there any thought to playing golf in college?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it would be a lot of fun, and I love playing golf, but at some point it comes to an end and you move on to the next thing.
Molly Hanson, outstanding senior girls golfer, finished 21st at South Hart at the state tournament. Molly, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you, BJ.
When you work with your local Pioneer team, you gain hardworking partners who strive to know your every acre. Doug Retzlaff is your local Pioneer Seed sales representative in Carrington. Call Doug at Retzlaff Seed and Supply LLC. He will do the best to match the right product on the right acre and supply you with unparalleled choices of Pioneer Seed products treated with Lumigen brand seed treatment to protect your investment. Doug and his team also carry a complete lineup of livestock feed and minerals. Retzlaff Seed and Supply LLC in Carrington, near the roundabout.
Carrington Cross Country had their final regular season meet of the year, the 31st annual Rugby Booster Club event, and the Cardinal boys had 4 runners set personal records. Chase Stedman ran a 19:22.58, Henry Pavelko a 20:39.81, Creed Kirkby had a 20:48.15, 2 more personal records, Nehemiah Gacho 22:02.28, and Howie Simonson 22:10.1. The Carrington girls were led by Macy Fieberger's 21:11.24, a season best. Grace English was at 22:21, while Jaden Lura had a season best at 22:31. Anna Van Ray had a personal record at 23:30.41. Regionals are Saturday at 11 a.m. in Cooperstown.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
radiology,
the acute care
clinic.
After a homecoming win over the Turtle Mountain Braves, Carrington football back at home, taking on the #1 ranked team in Class 11A, the Langdon area Munich Cardinals.
The senior quarterback calls for the snap from Coots. He has it, and Whitman will run play action. He's going to roll the pocket right and throw on the move. He's got Harrington inside the 30. Peyton Harrington is taken down by the horse collar at the 27-yard line with Zink on the right hip of Whitman. Shotgun snap. Whitman wants to hand it off, and Zink with room at the 10 outside to the 5-yard line. It's 9 more yards for McCade Zink, and it's 2nd down and 1 for the Cardinals at the 5-yard line of Langdon. 2 receivers, a tight end and a wingback all to the right. It is Wildcat. Peyton Harrington keeps it going right inside the 10 to the 5. Harrington, touchdown, Cardinals! What an opening drive. Peyton Harrington goes in, and Carrington strikes first. The first 2 have been line drives, and this one is a high arcing kick that Harrington takes at his own 12, angles right at the 20. Peyton Harrington across the 30. Harrington over the 35 to the 40, and all the way out to the 42-yard line for Peyton Harrington. And that tight end, of course, is Stremick, who caught the touchdown the last possession. Johnson to throw. He's hit. He got away from Threadgold. Now he's sacked. Way back there by Tate Wolski, and Carrington makes a big play to get their first sack of the night. Johnson has the snap. He rolls right. He wants to throw. He steps up. He's hit as he throws, and that causes the ball to go way over the head of Easton Schaefer, and I'll be darned if it wasn't Cody Otto putting the pressure on him, because of course it was. It's 4th down. Jax has the snap. He's going to throw it. Left side batted down. Alec Threadgold rejected it and made a great play to bring up 4th down. With Central Cass and Kindred gone from 11A, this is the favorite to win the state championship. Langdon area Munich defeat Carrington tonight by a final count at Cardinal Stadium of 33-7 of Kyle Smith. And Coach, you talked a lot about, something good happening early. It did. You had a really nice opening drive. The crossing route to Peyton was just beautiful. But the other part of that is you can't let them go down 3 plays later and score, and that really turned the momentum.
It did, and we talked about that, in the pregame, that you can't give those guys 2 and 3 play drives or they'll kill you. And their first couple drives were awful quick. Our first drive, the difference was our physicality and our execution, and then we kind of let off the gas pedal. I'm not sure, but that's an awfully good football team. They did to us what they do to everybody. They hang in there early and they just pound and pound and pound. And the Jax is quite a quarterback. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. He's a really strong kid. And so no shame in losing to him, and I thought we held our own there for most of the game. But yeah, they're going to be a tough out for anybody in the playoffs, that's for sure.
When Kyle says this is what they do to everybody, they come in averaging winning margin 37-5. This is what they do to everybody. Now, they are one of the things that when you're this number one team and you're just running people over, people want to see the pretty stuff. At the nuts and bolts level, that's an awfully good physical football team.
Yeah, and that's what they do. I mean, and there was times where we were calling what play they were going to run, but you still got to stop it. I mean, that's how good they are. They're physical up front. Their backs, number 4 is a lot faster in person than on film, and Jax is really fast and strong and athletic. And like I said, if they stay healthy, they're going to be an awful tough out for anyone in the playoffs. Hats off to them. They outplayed us for at least 3 quarters.
How important was not necessarily the first possession of the second half, but the first score of the second half? You're down 20-7. It felt like if you could score first, you had a real shot.
Yeah, that was our emphasis at halftime too. Hey, let's get a stop, let's score, and then put some pressure on them. And we did. We did make them punt, but we gave it right back. There were times in the second half we moved the ball well, but our passing game really struggled tonight. So you gotta play 4 really good quarters to have a chance against a team like that, and we didn't quite have that in us tonight, but we'd have had to get some breaks to beat them too.
So the loss actually does not eliminate you guys because of what else has happened tonight. But yes, the needle is about as threading as you can possibly imagine. What that means is, come Monday morning, you guys your guys, they have to be ready to go to work because rugby is a very beatable football team.
They are, and again, we said, after the game, hey, we're not out of the playoffs yet. All we can do is go 2-0 the last 2 weeks and see what happens. We throw our cards on the table. Right now it's out of our control, which we don't like, but what's in our control is next week and the week after, and 2 winnable games, especially if we come out that intensity of the first quarter. I like our chances, and then, after week 9, we see what happens. But like I said, all we can do is control what happens game 8 and 9 right now and go from there.
A week ago, probably never crossed Jamison Kreutz's mind that he would be the starting center of your football team. How do you think he did tonight?
I think he did great. I haven't watched film, but I can't remember a bad snap. That's been a kind of an issue all year for us. And when you don't have bad snaps, you can run your offense much more efficiently. So none of the negative plays were attributed to bad snaps tonight, which is a plus. And so I think he earned himself a second start.
One final road trip for Kyle Smith and company in the regular season. It comes Friday night on the road in Rugby, with coverage beginning at 6 p.m. on KDAK, the Cardinal on radio, beginning with the Full 9 Yards podcast.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Headlocks, Carrington, North Dakota.
Here with Peyton Harrington, kick returner, punt returner, running back, corner. Actually, how many breaks do you get during a game?
Not much. Maybe like one to call in a play or something, and that's basically it.
So last year was your first year back after not playing football for a little while, and you contributed immediately. Was it difficult? Was it easy?
Yeah, definitely. After games, I'd watch the games again and see like what I need to work on, or some of the plays I'd go over just to get them in my head so I could play better.
It is hard to get an entire school to agree on something, but this entire school says Peyton Harrington is the fastest kid in the school. How does speed play in this sport?
Oh, it plays a big part. Like if kids can't tackle you, what do they do? We're gonna have a touchdown.
What are some of your goals this year? You had a great end to the year last year, scored a couple touchdowns late in the year, the one against Langdon, that beautiful over-the-shoulder catch you made. What are some of your goals for this year?
Making the playoffs, definitely, and maybe being All-State.
At all the positions or just one of them?
Just wide receiver.
Just wide receiver. How is it different with Parker than it was with Josh?
It's definitely new. Like Josh knew what he was doing and Parker's still learning. But I think he's going to get more comfortable as we play.
What's on Peyton's pregame playlist?
Definitely some rap to get me hyped up before the game.
What about game day meals? What do you got to have?
I don't know. Maybe some protein shakes.
There you go. Some protein.
Stay hydrated.
There you go.
I want to be cramping.
Yeah, well, that's true. Speaking of which, you don't cramp much in all of your sports. What's it like balancing football and track? And there's rumors you might play basketball this year. How hard is it to balance all of that?
That's a lot. I mean, I have no breaks. I'm training for every sport, basically.
And that is the very busy. Thank God he had time for us.
Yeah.
Hayden Carrington.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience. We know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Give Bickett Insurance a call today.
Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency. Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency.
As fall begins to descend upon North Dakota, Cardinal Volleyball is at home Tuesday night hosting the Bottineau Braves. You can catch it at 6:45 on KDAK, the Cardinal, and on YouTube. Then Friday night, the final regular season road game of the year for Kyle Smith and company. It's on the road at Rugby. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. with the Full 9 Yards podcast on KDAK, the Cardinal. And then on Saturday, a pretty busy day. It begins at 8 a.m. on the KDAK, the Cardinal YouTube channel, with volleyball hosting the Carrington Invite. Pool play matches and bracket play matches will be on two separate links, so stick to KDAK the Cardinal on YouTube for those. And Carrington Cross Country have regionals in Cooperstown. That begins at 11 a.m. on Saturday. And we will have highlights and recaps of all of it on the next edition of This Week in Carrington Sports.